Hello there, welcome to our first episode on Jemi Baby Care. Now, on this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you some things I titled The Unspoken Rules of Baby Care. These are things that no one tells you, right? But you're expected to know. Now, if you don't know, I'm here to help you. When you're expecting a baby, the first thing you want to do is you need to love and accept that child however he or she comes. Now, this speaks to our expectations as parents. If you have had a child or if you're expecting a child, you will agree with me that unconsciously and consciously you already have some expectations in your mind. Now, for some persons, they want a particular sex, some others might just want a particular complexion, some want some other features and the rest. So in my case, I wanted a baby girl and I did have a baby girl, so I was happy. But then I had imagined that she would have full hair. And that's because, okay, it's what I've seen and it's what I also have. And from my family, we have full hair. So I just imagined that she would have full hair. And I'd gone all the way shopping for hair accessories to just do some things with the hair. And so when she eventually came, I realized that, oh wow, she had hair. She actually had hair, but it wasn't the way I imagined. It was not evenly distributed and it was definitely not full. And so I had to first deal with that expectation because it was just me. It wasn't the baby. And so I think in my experience, what I did in a wrap was I made sure that from when she was born up until 6 months, I did not try too many interventions. I didn't try any, I would say that. I didn't try to grow that hair at that early stage because on one path, I was actually new to the whole experience, right? So I didn't want to do what I was not sure of. Then on the other part, I needed to be sure that I was not doing anything from a place of anxiety. I wasn't doing anything from a place of anxiety, and so I did not do anything about the hair up until when she was 6 months. I would just bathe her normal bath soap and then use coconut oil, which was what was recommended from the hospital. And in that space of time, I can tell you that she looked more and more beautiful, even with that hair, on a daily basis because it was something I loved, I accepted, and I believed that we are going to rock it, like we're going to make the most of it. So I really had a good time, even in that first experience of that hair without growing it, just the hair being the way it was. And I'm sharing this because I know that there are many parents out there that are still struggling with their expectations of their child. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard of people that would be using things that are not even meant to be body cream for adults on babies, and some others using full-blown bleaching creams and the rest. And then I've also heard all kinds of stuff, so random comments like, oh, this her nose, you need to mold the baby's nose or let it be straight. Why would she have this kind of nose? I've heard of you can make a baby have dimples and the rest. Now, I'm not here to dispute any of that because there probably is some element of truth to it. That's on one hand, but I think basically I have a problem with the fact that the sponsoring thought there says the child has a problem, which I do not agree with. However your baby comes, they came well. That is my own philosophy. The baby came well. Now, if you need to improve, you are doing it from a place of first you have accepted that that child is okay, and so you are not anxious, you are not just doing things which may end up hurting the child, neither are you now communicating a message of that child is not okay the way they are, because that is one of the biggest drawbacks with this thing I'm sharing. When as parents you have not learned to accept, love and accept your child the way they are, you will literally end up communicating and passing your own insecurities to the child that came with all form of innocence, not knowing that, okay, one thing is fair, one thing is black. You are the one that will make them know that, oh, there is something called fair, something called dark, and then when you're not fair, you are not as beautiful as people that are fair or ever. So I would always recommend that you love and accept your child the way they come. That's my first point.